Hello, guys. I have to confess something. I have been eating scrambled eggs with a spoon for a while now, and I find it very, very convenient and a lot easier than eating it with a fork. Now, you might say, what the fuck are you talking about? But this, ladies and gentlemen, is the first step to get away from the normies, to get away from the hardcore mediocrity that is raining upon you. So you might as well eat it with a spoon. Now, why is this important, you might ask? Well, if you dare to do something like that, then you're built for big things. You have what it takes. You have that inside of you. And along the way, a lot of people will see you eating your scrambled eggs with a spoon, and they'll be like, what is this weirdo doing? That's good. That is a very, very good sign. If some random normie guy cannot understand you, then you're doing something correctly. People will judge you because you eat your scrambled eggs with a spoon, and that is fine. People will also judge you for thinking in a certain way, or having ideas, having thoughts, having ambitions that seem a little bit too big, they say, right? They seem a little too big for you. But they don't know you, do they? So why should you care to explain it to them? In matter of fact, at the beginning of your stage of getting away from the normies and from the flat mediocrity, you will find yourself many times explaining to many people why you think a certain way, why you believe in certain things, and why you chase certain things. But most of these conversations, I would say above 90%, they'll be dead ends. You'll be just spending your energy on something that you shouldn't. But that is fine, because I feel like that's also a lesson that needs to be learned. After a while, you'll stop explaining things to your close friends, maybe some random acquaintances, maybe even some family members, which hurts the most. But you'll explain your decisions, but they won't be really able to understand. Some of them they'll just drop it, which is the better way out of it. Some people will try to pressure you, Maybe you want to move to another country. Maybe you have a cool business idea. Maybe you just don't want to go to college, or you don't want to get a higher degree at some random school, and you want to do something weird, something that is unproven, something that is untraditional, and they will look at you and they'll be like, this guy is just crazy, which is another great thing. If they think that you're crazy, then that's very nice. But you'll find yourself in these situations, and as I said, some of them will drop the subject while you're explaining it to them. Some of them will try to aggressively push you in a corner to prove to you so proudly that you're wrong. And yeah, both situations are kind of a dead end, but after a while you'll stop explaining it to people, and that is the great place. That's a great place to be. That's a good start. That's a very good start. When you reach this point where you don't want to explain to people why you're doing things in a certain way, or why you try to achieve things that might seem a little crazy, you'll start to feel better and you'll start to feel at peace with yourself. Well, I myself, let's start from me since I'm on your screen right now. There was a period I was thinking that I was kind of weird because I didn't want to continue with the going through the educational system. I didn't want to look for a safe job, even though I have one at the moment, which I'm about to quit, by the way. I was just kind of feeling lost, but in a good way, you can say. It's a weird feeling when you are drifting from the traditional path of life, or a way of living, you might say. It feels scary at the beginning, but then you understand that all these people that are telling you that you drifting away from that traditional path of living, when they start telling you that you're crazy and that you're just insane, that's a pretty good sign that you are almost there to be on your own, and you will find peace within it. Be sure in that. A lot of guys that will judge your decisions have achieved nothing in their lives. Remember that, please. You will find many people who are shamelessly gonna be judging you, putting pressure on you, or just straight up like insulting you, you know? You gotta keep your head up. What else are you gonna do? You know, the future for Gen Z in general is kind of doomed at this point. I mean, AI is taking all of your jobs, all of our jobs, since I'm part of Gen Z as well. And the house prices are crazy. And that's another thing. I mean, you know, like, I'm not gonna go into that because you already know that kind of the economy is kind of crazy right now. So things are not really going our way as a generation. And that is why you have to take risk. That's why you have to kind of go off the rails and just try something totally stupid. And I got motivated to talk with you guys and just talk with myself as well, right? Because I felt the pressure for a while, but now it kind of melted down because I see that this way of just living or surviving, you could say, it's very miserable. It's very lame. It's just very lame. You know, that's the word. It's very, very lame. So I would just rather fuck around with my life and try to do something exceptional. Try to risk it all, at least, you know, before I vanish, before I die, whatever. It's kind of cold outside though. It's April, but it's kind of cold. Yeah, guys, this channel is going to be very authentic. It's gonna be very real. There's not gonna be much bullshit here. It's gonna be directed for young guys, for young fellas, and a lot of you guys are gonna find yourself in this content. You might not. You might find yourself. I started this because I really feel like more than 95% of all the content that is getting consumed on a daily basis across all social media platforms is just garbage. There is not many good channels left, and I strive to be one. Even though some people will not really categorize this channel as a good one, but nonetheless, I'll try my best to show some authenticity, some real talk, some reality checks, you know. And just overall, we're just gonna talk about everything, and I hope you're gonna like it. This will be the first video ever on this channel, and we'll see how it's gonna go. But yeah, guys, eat your scrambled eggs with a spoon, and do it in front of other people, because they will see it. Their brains will now be able to comprehend it, and you'll hear judgment. They'll give you reasons why it's stupid to eat it with a spoon. You should eat it with a fork, because they said so, because they've seen it from other people, and that's the only way they know how to eat scrambled eggs. But you eat it with a spoon, so you're special when it comes to that segment. So yeah, guys,